Do you live in a dynamic micropolitan region? I'm Charles Blaine, and this is Texas Tomorrow. I'm sure you heard of the term metropolitan. It comes from metropolis, and it's simply the chief or major city of a region, state, or country. But micropolitan is a bit different. A micropolitan region is one that includes a city of 10,000 to 50,000 people. So while not tiny, it's also not major. It's not a major city. But what's happening in these micropolitan regions across the country and Texas is very important. A new report ranks the dynamism of these regions, and while many major urban areas still struggle from overpriced housing, office vacancies, and stubborn crime numbers, some of these factors make micropolitan regions more appealing to people. Two areas that made the list of the most dynamic micropolitan regions are Brenham, Texas, between Austin and Houston, and Fredericksburg, Texas, near Austin and San Antonio. They are what's considered a heartland community, and being near a major metro area, they benefit from things like remote work in these major metro areas that allow people to live in these smaller communities, high housing costs in the major metro areas, which push people out into these smaller communities. And these two micropolitan cities are flourishing. There are 325 micropolitan communities considered in Heartland America, and 9 of the top 50 are in Texas. We're talking about places like the town of Pecos, which is the only Texas town in the top 50. And they attribute that to its position in the Permian Basin. And then there's Brenham and Fredericksburg, like we previously mentioned. Fredericksburg was actually number 14 on the list last year and jumped 7 spots this year. It also ranked 3rd for the share of local employment in new firms, so entrepreneurs are clearly making Fredericksburg their home. Other places in Texas are Granbury, Dumas, Bonham, Port Lavaca, and the list continues to go on. I mean, Stephenville is also on there, Kerrville, and Athens, Texas. So we spend a lot of time talking about big cities and the dynamism of those major metro areas and how they push regions and states forward. And it's true, they do drive a lot of growth in population and GDP, but the collective power of our micropolitan regions is just as important and is becoming even more important. These are areas that are poised for a lot of growth and to usher in a new age of growth in the next few years. And as long as they recognize the mistakes of the cities that came before them and that grew before them, whose out-migration is fueling their in-migration, they can avoid those same pitfalls. They will not be just another cautionary tale that we often talk about and scoff at. Rather, they can be the success stories. Specifically, it's noted that petroleum-fueled economies have done very well. I think we all know that. But this report focuses heavily on things that are able to be replicated across different regions, like tourism and manufacturing and cultivating quality places that make people want to come and stay there. As the ways that these cities have done and other cities are maintaining as they grow and continue their dominance, they also pointed to leaning on educational institutions to help foster new industries. Ultimately, diversifying their economy is what's going to keep them at the forefront. Some of them know it, some of them have learned it over time, and some of them are in the process of learning it. But it's all about preserving what has gotten them to this place and then taking advantage of all of the things that lie ahead. Again, we want these to be success stories, not cautionary tales like some of our current big cities. There's a reason people are flocking to these places, and we want to make sure that continues to happen and that there's opportunity for them when they arrive. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Charles Blaine. If there's an issue in your area that we have not covered, please let us know. We'd love to talk about it.